the cloud. There we go. Shoot. All right. So from the beginning. A one, two, three, 1, 2. And again. One more. Okay, so I saw somebody emailed me here. Might be getting lost trying to get in. Uh,
I do know that several of the Goldenites need to just watch it later because there are some events in Golden today.
okay, good to know. Yeah, that was a big chunk of them. So, and
Yeah.
in answering your question there, Kathy, I didn't supply the sheet music right off the bat. My plan is to give it to everybody afterwards, and because I want to get everybody relying on their ears, just to get this style down and the feel of everything. So, that's my whole plan. But that being said, if you're 100% reliant on sheet music, I can send you it after class today for these two anyway. I've got those done. So, any questions about anything or comments or anything you've noticed?
Sorry, I meant to ask this. Which one is this? I got confused on the song. I was like playing along, but I couldn't figure out the name of the
Oh,
song.
this is the Isbister Waltz. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Patty.
Yeah, no
I got
problem.
confused.
That is all there is to the tune, Gary. That is all there is. It's just one part, like I said.
Well,
Uh,
Patty,
yeah.
so me and my great ability or ability to turn things around, it will sure get crooked with me, okay? We'll have some Mennonite and a little bit of Welsh and a little Scottish in this thing. And I got, for the most part, I got it down. And once in a while I hear some note that I think maybe should be there, so I put it in. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's okay. You can add whatever you like because everybody has their own style and plays things a little different.
And
And
lots of trills too. And I find that, boy, you were right on this double stopping. This tune really lends itself to a lot of droning or
yeah,
stuff.
more so droning than double stops, like a lot of open strings
Yeah,
kind of dragging along with that. Yeah.
droning really comes in play in this.
Yeah. All right.
Patty,
Thanks, Gary.
it's great. I wanted to let you know, sorry, Patty, I'm having a bit of
Okay.
connectivity issues, and but I'm managing. The other is the tabs for confirmation would be awesome. Do you have them at your hand that
Um,
that you could email off to us?
do you need them right now or can it wait till after?
No, not at all. Oh, totally
Okay, so
later.
I can definitely mail you these two
Just for
right after the class for sure.
great. Yeah, for confirmation, just yeah, it helps. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's also, I talked last week about the beauty of the style of music. If you're not playing it 100% perfect, it's okay. And one thing too I want to mention is sheet music is not always should it be assumed to be the right way to play something just because it's written down. Because in this kind of music, if you find one tune like a popular tune like Big John McNeil, you might see it written in several places, and it's got, if you find it 10 times, it'll have 10 different versions of it pretty much. And whereas in classical music, you have every single thing written down from, every volume you play every single note at, to when you're speeding up, when you're getting louder, how much you should get louder, when you play quiet, how quiet you should play. And everything's just mapped right out there for you. And this is, this kind of music is just whatever you feel is not going to be wrong, so that's the whole idea. But yeah, I'm definitely happy to send the sheet music for you to get as a guide if you're not used to the ear training. So we'll go through this one again a few more times. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure everybody's muted, right? Good. Okay. So here we go. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I did a couple of little surprise things there. Who caught them? Yeah, you caught them. I added the extra beat at the very end, or the extra bar, I guess, and then I did the same thing right in the middle of it. So that's what's going to happen when you're playing it. Depending on who you play it, can change from one time to the other around, or it's kind of fun. So that's what I really like about it. So I'll move on to the other waltz now, just because that one is a little bit longer. So we should get started on it. It's actually got 2 parts. So we started with the easier one. So this one, Richard Lafferty, it's not his tune, it's a traditional tune. And a lot of these tunes, like I said last time, just about remembering them from your ancestors playing, or hearing them at a house party when you were younger. That's how these tunes have been remembered. So everybody plays them a little different. So this Lafferty waltz in D, I'll play through it for you. And this one is a new one to me too. I'm kind of challenging myself, and I've played the Isbister waltz a few times, but this one I've really never played. So we're going to learn it together. So this one. Sorry, I'm playing that wrong. I'll try it again. So this one, I wonder, I put a repeat sign. I'm gonna just find it on here quickly because I want to have a quick listen to it. And I should think you should be able to. Actually, I can do it on my phone. It'll be easier to hear. So Lafferty Waltz in D. Whoops, no, that's the sheet music. Don't want that. Oh, it's in my Dropbox, that's why. And Richard Lafferty, I met him years ago. He was at Kelvin Volrath's Fiddle Camp one year as a student. He came all the way from, I think it was Hay River, Northwest Territories, and it was kind of really nice to meet him because I'd been a fan of his playing for years. So here we go. Okay, so I see what he's doing there on the recording. He played the first part through, like it's a short part and he repeated it twice. And then the second part is a longer part and it sounds like he's repeating that twice too. So it's kind of a weird arrangement, but that's okay. We'll learn it. We'll learn it right now. So we're playing each part the same amount of times, and then you can, and that could have just been, done by error in the recording studio. That happens a lot, especially when you get these old legendary guys in there that really have never recorded before and they're not sure. And when you have good accompaniment like Trent Bruner on the piano that can kind of follow you, whether you're playing what you're supposed to play or what you're playing by accident, that makes it easier. So we're in the key of D. I start on 2 down bows just to get a nice strong start on those pickup notes. So I go, and then I do 2 down bows here again right after from the G to the F sharp. So I go, so I have that up, that kind of bouncy sound again. So from the start, and you can hear some droning opportunities in there as well. All right. Oh, somebody said, who wrote the first waltz? That's an old traditional tune too, I believe. So here we go again. So this part here really stumped me because I didn't hear it properly the way he was playing it. And I had to really think about what he was doing because it's something that's very, it's just odd. Like it doesn't seem to happen in a lot of tunes, but it's that, just a weird kind of a pattern. So it's da 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 dum, and then you're playing the same note again. And there's the extra bar, I guess. So from the beginning, and I do that 4th finger with the open E instead of just the plain open E or just the plain 4. Just kind of gives it that rough feel. So again, and then we'll do the repeat too, because the repeat is pretty much the same except for the ending. That's the whole first part. I'm gonna just put it on repeat right now and we'll play it maybe we'll go through it twice. So we'll do a repeat and maybe one more time after that. So we'll see how it feels. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so what I'm feeling in this one again is a lot of kind of slidey notes, and when I say slides, I don't mean from one note to another. I don't mean huge slides. I mean tiny little subtle slides. So I kind of compare it to a cat meowing. So it's like just a very small movement like that. You're not going, you're not doing a big slide. So I go. And then here I do the kind of the grace note, and there's that droning. It kind of lends itself well. And there you can actually play on the D string and drone the A string. And then I do a little slide. So. And I might slide into that fourth finger. And I like that because it makes you, I call it kind of a cheater method. You're going, so you slide into that E, and if you're not sure if you're going to play it in tune or not, the slide gives you a nice little, cover up. It's like, oh no, I didn't play it out of tune. I'm just doing a slide. So that works for that. So it's I might want to go, oh, and just kind of miss it. And then I went too far that time. All right, so we'll go over that first part one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So any questions about that first part? Oh, I see Patty in the first time through seem not to be hearing something correctly near the end of the first time through before repeating. Hard to explain where it is. Okay, so put up your hand when you hear it. Okay, Gary? Right at the very, very end. Okay, so what I'm doing there. So I'm just going, playing that open E, and then to the A string, and doing that kind of generic waltz ending, I call it. Got it? I can't hear you, Gary, if you're trying to talk there.
It's going from that I guess open E over to the A string. There's just I don't know 2 or 3 notes in there, just quite not.
I wonder if it's that part that I said is kind of confusing. That.
Yeah.
All right. So does that help?
Yeah, I think so. It's just more or less. Am I going to be able to listen to this afterwards so that I can keep replaying it over and over?
Yeah, I mean, I sent you the recordings too, right? So you have those to play with, and I'll be sending the video out. I started it too late, but we got all of this tune in there. So we'll play it a few times once we get the whole thing done for sure. Yeah. All right, so let's look at the next part here. So we went. So we're starting on that same note we ended off on. So it's just a little, bunch of eighth notes. And again, in this waltz, like I said, in all waltzes, we swing everything. So this is a good example of where you can make it really sound swingy. So. So we're doing that droning, those grace notes, the double up bows. And then you're back exactly pretty much to where we were in the first part in that time. So the only new thing really is the first three to four bars of the second part. So I'll just go over that again. Okay, and after that it just goes back to what we did before. So one more time. Okay, and now we'll just put it together with the whole second part. So you'll see where it connects. Here we go. I'll play that a bunch of times now. We'll do that 3 or 4 times. Okay, I'll go a little bit slower just to make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I forgot to mention is that bowing thing on that part that I said was a little bit confusing. You're slurring those last 2 notes. It's a short long, so you can come down on that next note. And the other thing I wanted to mention too is when we're doing the double up bows, it's almost like we're cutting the note short too. So we're not sounding like this, like we're really cutting it. Really to emphasize that little, you want to kind of create some space there between the 2 notes. So any questions about that second part at all? So the new part is, like I said, only about 3 to 4 bars long. So there's not a whole lot of new stuff in that second part. And the droning too continues. So little grace notes, the slides, and as I play it more too, like I said, I didn't never played this one before either. But the more I play it, the more I'm hearing of what I want to do. And I can actually almost hear it in my head of that recording of Richard playing it. So it's kind of neat to be able to think of that while I'm playing it. So let's go right from the very beginning, the whole tune. Okay, so we'll play it a few times through. We'll do each part. We'll do that first part once and that second part once, and then back to the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. back. That is the beginning. Okay, so one more time from the start. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So for me, when I'm playing this one, a couple of things are going on in my head. See if it's the same for you. When we go from the B part back to the A part, it feels like we're going to the wrong spot because that's why I stopped the first time. I thought this doesn't sound right because we hear that so much in the second part, that da 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 dum bum ba dum, just how the first part starts. So on the second time through, it felt like we were starting somewhere in the middle of the B part, where at the beginning when we started it sounded fine to me. So I don't know if anybody else kind of felt that, like it just felt like you were going to the wrong place when we did the repeat. Yeah, no just me. Awesome. Okay, and then the other thing that gets me is where that extra bar, the I have to really think about that because that's not what I want to do, because my mind wants me to count to 8 and then start again and count to 8 again, not 9. I don't want to count to 9. So that's kind of a tough one for me. So that's where the listening part comes in. And that's kind of, to me, what kind of makes the tune. So, oh, a friend has to leave. Okay. Or a friend, someone's leaving for a funeral. Okay. So I'm going to play the tune in its entirety. It's 2 minutes. And we're going to listen to it and we're going to think about how he played it and see what kind of differences Richard is doing in this. We'll see if he's changed it the second time through, or we'll just kind of have a listen. So. What the heck? man. So, what did you guys notice there? It was a big one.
He played the B part most of the part 2 most of the time.
He never ever went back to the A part.
Never went back to the A part.
No. So that's what I mean. That's case in point right there. And remember I said it felt weird to be going back to that A part? Maybe that's how he felt too. So maybe,
Just
maybe
like he
there's
forgot
something
it.
to that. What's that, Gary?
It's just like he forgot it.
Yeah, it just never came. That is funny.
Patty, that's not unusual. Like I was telling you when we played for a dance 2 weeks ago, the tune that I wrote, and the dancers out here seemed to like it, and I got playing it, and Judy was standing beside me, and she knows it really well, and she said after I got finished playing it, she said, Gary, she says, you played that first half of your tune 7 times through, she said, before you went to the second half.
Yeah.
I said, well, you know what? I said, I'm glad all you guys just hung in there right with me, because I never missed a beat, and nobody said anything. She was the only one that said it, and she said, Gary, you played 7 times. And I said, yeah, I kind of thought that I was something.
Yeah, it happened. Definitely happens for sure. Fred says little note variation in measures 7 and 8 and 19 and 20. So show us there, Fred.
I'll do my best. But where we just learned, where the heck is it? All right, let's start with the B part. That's what we learned, and what I heard him playing was so he's going to F sharp E, F sharp A, E, and then picking the tune back up.
You were cutting out as soon as you start to play. It's like it cut out, but I think I know what you mean. But yeah,
All
just
right.
like a couple notes difference. Like it could be something like, I don't know. I don't think this is what you were talking about, but some people would end it like, or some people would go going up to the E, then coming down, as opposed to going down, da, 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 and then back up. So stuff like that, I think that's what you're referring to. Not miss necessarily that spot, but just kind of a different way to do something. Yeah. I love this tune. I'm picturing playing it for dances for sure. And it's an easy tune, just like the other one. And so the way he plays it, it's like the other tune with only one part, and even more repetitive than the other tune. So I don't know. Maybe there's other parts that they forgot about, or maybe that's all there is. Who knows? But I think it's just kind of neat how it goes. So we're coming up to 3 o'clock here. I'm gonna play this one again with you a few times, and then I want to go back to the other one and play it a few times as well. All right. So here we go. This one again. And I noticed he's also playing it quite a bit faster. So we're just gonna kind of keep it a little bit slower. It's hard not to kind of race it for me anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So even more so for me that time, going back to the first part just seemed all wrong after listening to Richard play it. So you can play it however you like, however you like. But I just kept it the same way that we learned it. So, and then let's go back to the other one, the Isbister Waltz in G. So that one, just again, for sure, only the one part. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Couldn't resist. I had to throw in the extra bar in the middle there. So a question for you: how many, like, how long did you listen to this tune throughout the week? What was your process in listening to this tune?
Oh, afraid I didn't get the tune. So
What's that?
I'm afraid I didn't get the tune.
Oh,
I've
you
sent
didn't get them?
Oh, I had email change, so I just sent you a message on that.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right. I'll send it. I'll send you last week's email then to the new address. Sorry about that. What about you, Gary? How did you listen to it? Or did you?
Yes, I did. And it's an over and over and over thing. I wished I had a different way of. It's marvelous having computers and iPads and the rest of it. I wished it was more like on a CD where I just can't keep, CDs. Back in the day, tapes used to have count how many times, but CDs you could just punch and keep replaying that sucker over and over and over and over.
Yeah. So you listened to it over and over quite a bit though?
Yeah.
And daily? Did you do it every day or a few times or how what
No.
was the what's
Yes,
that?
not for sure yesterday, but
Not yesterday? No?
no. I
All
played
right.
it. I played at a church service yesterday, and I was kind of a solo. I say the soloist, but they played some tunes I didn't know. No, but do you know what? They come up to me after and says, "You didn't know those tunes?" And I said, "No." And they said, "How come you play them so well?" I don't know. I just hear where the tune goes, even in
Yeah.
church.
Oh,
I
for
kind of
sure.
hear where it's going, and
Yeah.
I don't try to play a bad note, okay?
Yeah.
And I played with a flute player who had never played before, and I said, "You and I should get together." Patty, from the
Yeah,
time you,
I'm gonna cut you off there, Gary, because I'm just going around to find out. I want to find out what the process was here with everybody. So we're running out of time. So Danica, did you get a chance to listen to everything? You're the one kid here.
Yes, I listen to it like 3, 4 times a day.
Oh yeah? And did you find it easy to learn? Like, were you able to play it pretty much with us today?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome. Excellent. And Ed, I'm guessing you listened to it. You always do your homework, right? And you're muted, so don't start talking till you unmute yourself.
So sorry. Yeah, I listened to it on YouTube. I was trying to follow along with the YouTube renditions, and I found them a little different. So I was trying to play them a little higher than they were, and
Yeah.
like on Richard's video there, I thought it was on the starting on D and then going on to the E string there. So I was trying to follow along that way.
Ah, okay. That is Bister one, you mean? Like the first one we
On
did?
Lafferty Waltz.
Oh, Lafferty Waltz, yeah. Yeah. Okay. And Fred, what about you?
Well, I'm lucky I have the sheet music and the videos, so I just went back and forth, over and over, back and forth, read along, play until I pick up the phrases, and then try to get the nuances.
Yeah. And I guess you're on the mandolin, obviously. So it's
Yeah.
when we're talking about bowing, does that translate at all to what you're doing at all? Like the phrasing or?
Yes and no. There are some things that do translate. Some of the slurs you were talking about, that all translates. I have the ability to do more double stops. It's easier on a mandolin, double and triple stop. So actually, there are a few places where I can go up and do some of those things and change the melody slightly. It's more changing the notes, but the rhythm is the important thing, and the fiddle is very helpful for that. Getting the rhythm right of a Métis tune seems to be more important than the notes.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And what I'm finding too when I'm playing is sometimes I'll like if I'm holding a note for 3 beats or something, I'll kind of lean into it on the second part, like doing kind of something like that, you know?
Right.
Like for an example, no, not that part, but yeah, but you know what I mean, right? So I
Yeah.
just often wondered how it translated to the
I
mandolin.
have to do it with attack on the pick. So you take a little something off going into that and lean into the note just a little bit when you want to accent it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
cool.
foreign, and mandolin players listen to the fiddler all the time for that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And they're so it's funny because all fiddle players I know they say, "Oh, I can play the mandolin because it's exactly the same," but that's not the case. Like I've tried to play the mandolin and I just sound like I'm picking out like the very basic parts of a fiddle tune, if at best. And I know it's a different art totally to play the mandolin, so to get that sounding right, so it's pretty cool. And so I'm not going to ask Kathy because she sent me a private message. And Trinity, did you listen to the tunes at all?
Yes, I did actually. I love the tunes.
Yeah.
That's actually how I learned. Like, I forgot the name of the festival for some reason. My brain just went by. But that's yeah. Like I was listening to it, I got the gist of it. But then I left my fiddle at my friend's place. I've been using a backup fiddle, and the one and the bow that I have is the 3/4 bow. So making it work.
Oh yeah, that's all that matters as long as it works for you. So any other questions or anything about these ones or any questions about what we're doing next week? And the ones that didn't get the email, I will send that right away. Was it just Millicent that didn't get it or did anybody else not get it? No, everybody else did. All right, so same time, same place next week. Sound good?
Thanks, Freddie.
All right. See
See
you
ya.
guys. Thanks so much.